Imagine waking up one morning only to realize that a silent enemy has been invading your body for decades, an invisible danger, slowly constricting your lifeline, robbing your heart of vitality and your brain of clarity. It's not a sudden strike. It doesn't announce itself with pain or warning sirens. Instead, it creeps in, silently tightening its grip on your health year after year. This enemy is not cancer or a rare genetic disorder. It's something far more common and disturbingly overlooked: clogged arteries. For millions of seniors across the world, the narrowing of arteries is a ticking time bomb. While it may sound like a problem reserved for the unlucky few, atherosclerosis, the progressive buildup of plaque inside the arteries, is actually the leading underlying cause of heart disease, stroke, and even vascular dementia. And yet so many older adults continue on unaware of the brewing storm within their own circulatory systems. Here's the shocking truth: the vast majority of heart-related emergencies in people over 65 can be traced back to arterial blockage. But there's a glimmer of hope in this dark picture. You don't need expensive procedures, risky surgeries, or lifelong dependence on medications to protect your heart and brain. A powerful natural ally exists quietly waiting on the shelves of your local grocery store. In this article, we will uncover one of the most potent fruits nature has ever created for cleaning blood vessels and revitalizing cardiovascular health. But more than that, we'll take a deep dive into how aging affects arterial health, why plaque buildup is so dangerous for seniors, and how a strategic shift in diet supported by real-life stories and scientific evidence can dramatically reduce your risk of heart attack, stroke, and cognitive decline. If you or a loved one are over 60, this information could be life-changing. It's time to stop letting heart disease sneak up on us and start using nature's tools to fight back. The unseen threat: how aging impacts the arteries. The human body is a marvel of biological engineering, but like any machine, time wears down its parts. For seniors, the cardiovascular system often bears the brunt of aging. With every heartbeat, blood is pushed through a vast network of vessels, nourishing tissues and keeping organs alive. But this entire system hinges on one crucial factor: free-flowing arteries. As we grow older, our arteries naturally begin to lose their elasticity. Years of pressure, poor dietary habits, lack of physical activity, and exposure to toxins take their toll. The result: microscopic damage to artery walls. These damaged sites become magnets for cholesterol, calcium, fats, and cellular debris. Gradually, a sticky substance called plaque forms layer after layer, thickening and hardening over time. This condition, known as atherosclerosis, isn't simply an inconvenience, it's deadly. According to the World Health Organization, cardiovascular diseases are responsible for over 17 million deaths annually, with seniors accounting for a disproportionate share. In the United States alone, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention report that more than 80% of people over age 65 have some degree of heart disease, often caused or worsened by clogged arteries. What makes this even more alarming is the deceptive nature of the disease. Atherosclerosis doesn't announce itself with loud symptoms in its early stages. Most individuals only discover it when it's already causing problems, when a heart attack strikes or a stroke robs them of speech, mobility, or life itself. Symptoms that often go ignored. Subtle warning signs might be present: fatigue, shortness of breath, occasional chest discomfort, but they are frequently dismissed as just getting older. This misinterpretation delays diagnosis and intervention, allowing the disease to progress unchecked. Even advanced plaque buildup can go unnoticed until blood flow is critically restricted. In seniors, this impaired circulation isn't just a heart issue. It impacts every organ in the body. Reduced blood flow to the brain increases the risk of vascular dementia. Insufficient perfusion in the limbs leads to pain, weakness, and immobility. Kidney damage becomes more likely, especially in older adults with diabetes or hypertension. Arterial health truly underpins whole-body wellness. Statistical wake-up calls. Consider this: the American Heart Association notes that by the age of 80, nearly 1 in 5 adults will suffer a stroke. Meanwhile, coronary artery disease affects over 18 million adults in the U.S., the vast majority of them over 60. These aren't just numbers, they represent lives, disrupted families, devastated, and independence lost. But here's the empowering part: up to 80% of cardiovascular disease is preventable through simple lifestyle changes. Diet is a cornerstone of this prevention. A natural solution. Within reach, among the countless fruits available today, one stands out for its exceptional capacity to protect and rejuvenate arterial health: the pomegranate. Often referred to as the fruit of life, this ruby-red marvel is not just a symbol of health in ancient medicine. It is a scientifically validated therapeutic food for modern cardiovascular care. What makes pomegranate unique isn't just its rich taste or vivid color. Its true power lies in its dense concentration of antioxidants, particularly punicalagin and anthocyanins. These compounds combat oxidative stress, a key driver of arterial plaque formation. They also support the production of nitric oxide, a gas that helps arteries relax and expand, thereby improving blood flow. Real-life example: Margaret's return to life. Margaret, a 72-year-old retired librarian, had always struggled with borderline high cholesterol. Despite being on medication for years, her energy levels remained low, and she frequently experienced light chest discomfort during her morning walks. After consulting with her nutritionist, she began incorporating fresh pomegranate juice into her daily routine. 6 months later, not only had her LDL cholesterol decreased by 16%, but her walking distance improved, and she reported no chest pain for the first time in years. Her cardiologist was surprised by the results and reduced her dosage of statins. Most importantly, Margaret felt empowered. She was no longer a passive patient, but an active participant in her health. Understanding the science behind the fruit. The benefits of pomegranate are far from anecdotal. In a notable study published in the journal Clinical Nutrition, participants who consumed pomegranate juice daily for 1 year saw a 30% reduction in arterial plaque and a 12% drop in the systolic blood pressure. The juice didn't just slow the progression of atherosclerosis, it actually reversed some of the damage. This is due in part to the fruit's anti-inflammatory effects. Inflammation is increasingly recognized as a core contributor to arterial disease, especially in seniors whose immune responses become dysregulated with age. Pomegranate's natural polyphenols reduce inflammation markers in the blood, lower oxidative stress, and protect the endothelial lining of blood vessels from damage. Real-life example: Thomas regains mental clarity. Thomas, an 80-year-old former engineer, had been experiencing mild cognitive decline. Though not diagnosed with dementia, his family noticed increased forgetfulness and confusion during conversations. He also had a history of hypertension and early-stage heart disease. Under the guidance of his healthcare provider, Thomas started adding pomegranate seeds to his daily oatmeal and drinking pomegranate juice 3 times a week. Over time, not only did his blood pressure become more stable, but his cognitive assessments improved modestly. His daughters shared that he was more alert, cheerful, and even started reading technical magazines again, a hobby he had abandoned years earlier. The holistic impact of vascular health in seniors. When we talk about heart health, it's easy to focus solely on the heart itself, but the vascular system, the vast network of arteries and veins, is the true highway of life. For older adults, this network must function optimally, not only to prevent heart attacks and strokes, but to support clear cognition, stable energy levels, and healthy mobility. One of the most overlooked issues among seniors is the gradual decline in microcirculation, the fine network of blood vessels that supply oxygen and nutrients to tissues throughout the body. When these smaller vessels are narrowed by plaque or stiffened due to aging, tissues begin to suffocate. This leads to fatigue, slower healing, numbness, cold extremities, and even skin breakdown in severe cases. Pomegranate's ability to support endothelial function and nitric oxide production means it enhances microvascular performance, not just large arteries. This is especially important for seniors dealing with diabetes, as this condition is notorious for damaging small vessels in the eyes, kidneys, and nerves. By helping maintain proper blood flow on a systemic level, pomegranate contributes to healthier aging in ways that go far beyond the heart. Comparison with other fruits and foods. It's important to note that while pomegranate is outstanding in its effects, it doesn't exist in isolation. Other fruits like blueberries, apples, and passion fruit offer complementary benefits, especially when consumed regularly. Blueberries, for instance, are rich in anthocyanins that also reduce oxidative stress. Apples provide soluble fiber, such as pectin, which binds to cholesterol and helps escort it out of the body. Passion fruit offers phyciotanol, which improves arterial flexibility. But what sets pomegranate apart is its unique concentration of punicalagin, which exhibits antioxidant activity up to 3 times higher than green tea or red wine. This makes pomegranate a potent leader in the realm of arterial support. Unlike fruits that provide broad antioxidant benefits, pomegranate directly targets vascular inflammation and cholesterol oxidation, 2 of the most critical triggers of plaque formation. When incorporated into a balanced diet, these fruits can form a powerful anti-atherosclerosis strategy. However, if you had to choose just one fruit to begin your journey toward cleaner arteries, pomegranate is the most scientifically supported and functionally targeted choice available. How to integrate pomegranate into your daily life. For seniors, simplicity and consistency are key. The goal isn't to make dramatic dietary overhauls overnight, but to adopt sustainable habits that protect and enhance your quality of life. There are several ways to integrate pomegranate into your routine. Juice. Choose 100% pure pomegranate juice without added sugars or preservatives. A half glass, about 4 ounces in the morning, is sufficient for therapeutic benefit. Seeds, also known as arils, these can be sprinkled over yogurt, salads, or oatmeal. They offer the additional benefit of fiber, which further aids in cholesterol reduction. Extracts or capsules. For seniors with limited access to fresh pomegranates, supplements can provide concentrated punicalagin and polyphenols. However, consult your healthcare provider before starting any supplement. Smoothies. Blend pomegranate seeds with berries and leafy greens for a heart-healthy breakfast option. Remember, the benefit lies in regularity. Just as plaque accumulates over time, it is also reduced gradually through sustained choices. There is no magic bullet, but pomegranate comes remarkably close. what the medical community is saying. While the use of pomegranate has long been celebrated in traditional medicine, modern science has caught up. Cardiologists and geriatric specialists are increasingly recommending diet-based interventions as first-line defenses against chronic disease, particularly in aging populations. A 2020 meta-analysis published in the Journal of Gerontology found that older adults who consumed high antioxidant diets experienced lower levels of C-reactive protein, CRP, a major inflammatory marker tied to heart disease. Among the foods most strongly associated with lowered CRP, pomegranate, blueberries, and leafy greens. Furthermore, researchers from the Technion Israel Institute of Technology discovered that the gut microbiota in seniors metabolizes pomegranate polyphenols into urolithins, compounds that enhance mitochondrial function and reduce arterial aging. This link between gut health and heart health adds a new layer of intrigue to pomegranate's already impressive profile. Cautions and considerations. While pomegranate is generally safe for most people, seniors on blood thinners or medications for blood pressure should be aware that pomegranate may enhance their effects. This is why it's important to discuss any dietary changes with a physician or clinical dietitian, especially if you are managing multiple health conditions. Additionally, moderation is key. Drinking excessive amounts of juice can add unnecessary sugar and calories. Whole seeds are a better choice for those managing blood sugar, as they contain fiber to slow absorption. The bigger picture: prevention over prescription. One of the most powerful lessons in senior care is that prevention is far more effective and far less painful than treatment. In too many cases, I've watched patients ignore the signs of arterial deterioration only to land in the hospital with a heart attack or debilitating stroke. The tragedy isn't that these events occurred. The tragedy is that many of them could have been avoided with earlier lifestyle intervention. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the complexity of modern healthcare. But sometimes the most powerful medicine isn't a pill, it's a piece of fruit. Pomegranate doesn't just support your heart, it empowers you to take back control. To say, "I will not be a statistic," to give your heart and brain the nourishment they need to carry you through the next stage of life with strength, clarity, and dignity. Conclusion: a call to take action, not just notes. In the end, heart disease isn't just a condition, it's a thief. It steals time, memories, and freedom. But you don't have to let it win. Your arteries aren't doomed to harden with every passing year. You have the power to change their fate, one bite, one habit, one smart choice at a time. If you are a senior or care for someone who has considered this a wake-up call, don't wait for chest pain, a blood pressure spike, or a scary diagnosis to make a change. Start now. Make pomegranate a regular part of your life. Pair it with more movement, more fiber, less sodium, and fewer processed foods. Talk to your doctor. Make a plan. Build habits. Because your future isn't written in stone, it's shaped by the actions you take today. Let pomegranate be your daily reminder that nature is not against you. It is for you. It offers you healing, resilience, and the possibility of aging with grace. Thank you for reading. If you found this article valuable, we invite you to support our mission by liking this post and subscribing to the Longevity Secret channel. We provide practical, science-backed guidance to help you live longer, feel stronger, and stay independent for years to come. Your health journey matters, and we're here to walk it with you.